And then when we talk about comparing sets, it's just like we talked about a little bit ago, where we're looking at how many are in the set, but also we're looking at who has more and who has less. Also, is it the same or is it different? Those ideas, comparing sets, judging set, how many more, those help to facilitate those foundational skills that then help you to group items together, break them apart, and then to match them up, which is all a precursor to being able to identify how many are in a set by counting each number word. Okay, so it helps to facilitate those basic skills there. Now, quantities can be compared by shifting objects between sets, like we talked about before. You might have 4 here and ask the question, who has more? Well, in this case, the blue has more, but then you can do something like this. You can shift the objects between sets. Now, who has more? So this is a different question, but it's working the same skills. So in this case, red has more. So being able to shift those objects between the sets and asking those same questions, you help to facilitate those early foundational skills. Also, like we've talked about before, recognizing these object sets precedes counting. Usually before you start to count and you can understand that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 means I have this many items. Being able to recognize these object sets, more, less, the same, different, is a precursor to that. So definitely tightening up your skills and recognizing those object sets. How many more does the blue have than the red? They have 3 more. They're the same, different, they're the same. And who has more now? The red has more, and who has less? The blue. That was a number of questions right there. Took place in real time, and it was active responding, and you got to intervene immediately if you saw any type of mistakes. Very, very different from taking a paper pencil test where you ask these questions and you may get 4 or 5 wrong in a row and not know. Okay, so that's why this is much better, not only because it's in real life, you're actually counting them, but because you can intervene right away if you see any mistakes being made, facilitating that errorless learning that we talked about earlier. So one more response for y'all. Recognizing object sets. Oh, and I gave it away. But let's just say you think you didn't hear that. Recognizing object blank precedes counting. So it could have been recognizing object numbers, papyri, sets, or correspondence. And as we just stated, recognizing object sets precedes count. So that was it for this unit. Practice those skills. Start getting comfortable and familiar with those terms and that terminology, and you'll be well on your way to start building those foundational skills. And we will see you in the next unit.